Alrighty, so welcome back. I slept through the night, limped through the night I should say, had to use quite a lot of fuel. We were quite cold. We've only now just started to get warm after sleeping in little 1 hour stints. So we've used a heap of our food up as well, so we've used a bunch of food. Our condition isn't great. The weather outside has just started to get a little bit better. I don't think it's quite summit weather, and I feel like we need to regain a little bit more condition before we take too many risks. So, oh, hey, there's the bear. We won't go and do anything with him, but what I think I'm going to do is quickly try and do a bunch of cattail pickups and some wood pickups and use my warmth in this part of the day. We're going to get wet and cold from the snow. It's still -8 out there, but I think we'll do that, and then we'll see if it clears by the evening and we can make any of the push. But you know, it was a very cold night last night, and without the right amount of fuel, we probably wouldn't have survived through it. So I feel like I need to have a bit of a backup plan for that sort of stuff. So let's get on with it. I can't remember if I've checked any of these for... Yes, I have. I didn't exactly solve the mystery of what happened to the hacksaw, but I looked back through the videos, and I think what happened was, off screen I organised some gear and put the good hacksaw away in the dam and never picked it up again. And I guess that just goes to show that you can lose concentration for just a minute and completely throw your plans out the window. I can't remember. Yeah, there's some cattails over here. I'll grab these ones now because they can be a little bit hard to get when the wolves are hanging around over this area. So would have been perfect summiting weather on the last episode, but them are the breaks. Again, check I'm not carrying anything. We're really going to need these cattails too. Oh yeah, so off screen I just boiled so much water while the fire was going and slept in little 2-hour shifts. Woke up and was quite rested at one point. Built myself an arrow just to waste an hour and a half. Repaired the hacksaw up to 100% and built a couple of hooks. I don't really want to use the gut on them just yet. Not oops, accidentally dropped those. You know, I don't want to make the line for it yet without knowing exactly what I'm going to do with my clothes building. And yesterday on the way in, you saw with the rabbits, like hunting those rabbits, yeah, you can very easily lure those wolves in off the lake if you're holding those while running around with the other one. And if I had just dropped the first one while running around after the second one a bit sooner, probably wouldn't have had to give one up. But you know, we did end up getting fed and regained a little bit of condition, so it wasn't the end of the world.
This cold is making my head feel thick.
I'm just really on a stick hunt now. And I feel it's a good idea to have a good 50 or 60 sticks, like as a backup in the hut, which is a lot of chores during the day to make sure you can get them, and obviously they deplete over time, so generally my tactic is to clear them out as soon as there's been a bit of a blizzard, because the next blizzard they will probably spawn again. I think that's how it works, with the idea being the wind blows the sticks off. But if you haven't picked them up, new ones don't spawn. You only get you only just replace the ones that are already being hanging around. Let's just check how our clothes are doing. Oops, here comes some big weather again. Might just start to make a move back so we don't get too caught in it. We haven't got oodles of condition. And we don't want to damage our clothing too much either. But we are in desperate need of fuel. I mean, we've got the hatchet so we can chop some stuff, but we're pretty much going to need to build a fire to do that unless we get a really, really nice warm day. Come on, surely we can get up this rock. Apparently not. Okay, so we're up to 30 sticks. Dropped 15. Dropped a few of those. Okay, I just want to warm up a little bit. Actually do need to get as much recovery in as possible, so might actually just sleep now. It means we'll be awake during the night, but we might have to be to monitor what's going on with our temperature anyway. Might just sleep. Might just try and sleep for 3 hours now, get our warmth back while there's temperature, so I can get 3 in a row, get a little bit more condition back. That should let us sleep for 3. Sometimes when the weather's really against you, I find sleeping during the day is the safest thing, and being up during the night and seeing what your temperature is doing. It's 6 degrees in here. Quite dark out there.
I would eat anything right now.
Just gonna creep up here just to see if there's usually a little stick spot up here. So that's another hour of potential life.
God, eat soon.
Don't think there's particularly many sticks over here that I know about. And it's a bit of a sprained spot this for me, so let's take this lower angle. Now the problem with, we obviously bottom out the sticks closer to home first, so we start having to go further and further for them. And that weather's coming in again. You hear it whistling. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get much around here. I think we've cleaned it all out.
Oh, damn, crazy.
We'll sprint our way back. So we're in a tiny predicament in that we haven't really recovered back much condition and we're not exhausted enough to really sleep. But what I probably should be doing is just trying to get ambient recovery as much as possible, keeping myself well fed enough just while doing other things, just to eke back a little bit and not be losing anymore. So it's 6 degrees in here. I might do things like ahead of time just to make one more arrow ahead of time, because that'll take time once we actually have our bow. So we're still holding our tools. Oh, we are holding our tools. I think as long as our temperature is still slightly positive here, I'll just take a couple of those. I doubt we'll get to make that many of them before it gets too cold in here, but Still slightly warm.
I would eat anything right now.
So now we have an aurora. Just keep well fed while we do this, I think, still. Okay. So now we actually at least have, we have 4 actual arrows. We've got a few more of the actual arrow shafts made. It's not a lot of arrows, but at least it's a start. Like when we get our bow, we could actually go and hunt something. I kind of like to leave that in plain sight. Just gonna check.
God, I have never been so hungry in my life.
We're warmish for the moment. I will actually just break that down by the hatchet. I know it's not really a good use of the tool, but it's probably a better use of my time. That's a good little screenshot. Not sure how much not sure how much the flare gun really helps during an aurora. Against the walls, that is. Yeah, I'll do this one with the hatchet, because we're about to get very cold. Cool, and we'll race back inside. Now I don't know if those big sticks really respawn or if they respawn at a slower rate, but they don't tend to come back. Yeah. Okay, so we're still getting warm. Eat just to keep the condition up while we do this. Getting 48 calories. Okay, put those 6 more arrow shafts, so 8 more arrow shafts. We've got 4 made. You know, we can make our full contingent now. I don't think we're going to really have enough of our crow feathers. In fact, there's 7 more in the drawer, so we can only make 2 until we find some more of those. I'll put that back for the moment. Yeah. Just do a couple more productive things. And being an aurora night, it's probably going to be quite warm, so we're already 2 degrees in here. I think we can afford to sleep for 3 or 4 hours in a row. I think we might just be able to get maybe 4 in on our current level of fatigue. 3 of those. We'll try 4. We might wake up being a little bit cold. There's a chance of that. Yeah, so now it's going down to -2. We just got down with it, but we haven't lost any heat yet. We're not hypothermic risk. And now here comes the potential blizzard. And this might be where we do need to potentially make a fire. But even though it's -5, currently dropping to -6, you can lose a little bit of heat in the... You'll still be warmer in the bed, so we'll leak heat at quite a rate now. But if we pass time, we can always escape out of past time. But we pass time, we can see our heat dropping. But we did make it through a whole hour. And now we're dropping a lot faster because it is -11. We can try again. And if we're about to bottom out, escape out, it is the early morning. This will potentially pass pretty soon. And if we start like a fire now,
I can't feel my hands.
you know, we haven't used as much fuel as he otherwise would have, so... Queue up about an hour and a half. I'll turn down the wind so I can hear myself. I'll make a leader. I'm going to start cooking up some of the other things that I have and need. I'm actually out of coffee, so I'll cook that first because I always seem to forget it. I'm going to drop that.
Oh, I need my food.
Food situation is going to start to get a little bit dire. We got the cattails to help us through for the moment, but you know, we do need to either get some more rabbits and stuff like that. Often I'll end up, you know, using some of the reclaimed, instead of burning it, I'll make the rabbit traps out of it. And put them out and have a good 5 or 6 of those, but that's if I'm staying here long term. And this is pretty much what Timberwolf Mountain I think will try and do to you, is like hem you in, make you use your resources, and then make you think you're safe, and then smack you again, and you just end up dying or having to really run out. And we're in a precarious position because our condition has got so low, running about and retracing our steps, so need to be a little bit careful at the moment, I'd say. Nothing else we can really make there. This is now 2 back-to-back blizzards, so last night, I mean, I didn't record that for you, but, you know, we actually had effectively the same thing. So I'm really glad we went out and grabbed that extra fuel when we did. Past time on that. Not all of these will carry with us. We might store some here, but just make sure we got enough on us. But it's probably good to carry them, and you know, hopefully our cooking skill is going up a little bit more every time we do this. And just looking at it, so we're actually at day 17, 15 days survived. Great, there's starting to look like it's a little bit of a break in the weather. Last time on that, pick that up. I'm going to cook another coffee. Ah, great. At least we don't have the horrible wind. It's so loud. So yeah, the temperature feels like it's climbing. If this clears in the next couple of hours, we might attempt our summit, but you know, we're still pretty low on condition. We don't have a lot to gamble with. I'd like to be a little bit higher. So what I might do is put the leader back in there and pick that up. I might just try and sleep for an hour while that fire's going, just get a little bit more condition again. So now we're actually positive degrees. We probably let that run out a little bit. Now we can't sleep to regain the condition now because we actually have rested ourselves up quite a lot. So our condition is only going to creep up piece by piece. So I'm not 100% sure. Not 100% sure I want to summit yet, but while we're warm and the weather's actually okay, we might just jump out again, back on the stick collections. I doubt there's many loose ones lying around, so again I'll probably just have to pull some of these. It's pretty cold out here. See if we can get just out of the wind a little bit. Not so much. We use the hatchet so we're not out here for too long. There's a free one. Yeah, there's a couple of free ones.
Fingers are numb.
I don't want to get too much hypothermic risk here, but I'll quickly just try and grab this rabbit. Whoa.
I'm gonna die.
Unfortunate.
If I don't warm up soon.
Alright, we'll hightail it inside and get warm. We don't need to be out in this. We need to be recovering condition, not losing. Let's sprint, get a little bit more tired, get some more sleep. Alright, quickly tear that down. Well, actually, hang on. Yeah. I won't throw any more on that. I think we're going to be warm enough without, but pull the meat off by hand.
Oh, I could eat anything right now.
We'll pull it off by hand. Wait. Just gonna eat something in the meantime. As much ambient condition recovery as possible.
Man, all I can think about is food.
Right. So the question becomes,
I'm getting weak.
do I chance that tomato soup? We have a 10-hour wait if we are poisoned by it. Haven't been poisoned off the tomato soup before. We don't get the warming benefit now, but oh, we'll roll the dice. No poison. Excellent. I think we have to spend one more night, even though like it's actually pretty good. Yeah. What do we have on us? I think we will take a chance on heading for the summit. There's a few places we can rest on the way. Make sure we have our bedroll. Make sure we have our hacksaw. Don't need that. Let's put a few away, a few things very quickly that we don't think we'll need. I'm not going to be repairing shoes up there. I'm probably not going to be doing that much sharpening, and I'm probably not going to be doing that much repairing of clothes. I'll drop the can opener. We can use some of the knife in the meantime. That saves us some extra weight. Drop one of them in there. I will keep both of those. Probably won't need that many bandages, hopefully. And I'll drop 2 of those in. We won't need that many matches. Okay, so we're kind of light now. Let's quickly check if there's anything else. Alright, it is fairly warm.
Oh, I could eat a horse.
I am tempted to sleep for just one more hour, just to warm up more. Hopefully the weather holds. We just ate. Now we're warm, more well rested. The weather's crappy, but only in the wind, I think. Right, this is the start of our summit run. We might not complete it in this episode, but we'll give it a shot, and we'll at least be staying in a couple of caves up there. Don't want to dally too much, but 3 of these will help keep us fed. And we're going to eat one of them now because we still want to be on ambient condition recovery. Alright.
Oh, I need to find food.
Similar to staying in the hut, staying in a cave, if it's an open cave, we've got some fairly serious cold weather conditions to contend with, so we need to make sure we're fairly well stocked in terms of warming up.
The fire. Hot fire. Yeah.
There's the bear. Not too much cause for concern yet. I think we can generally just skirt him at about this distance and he won't be too concerned by us. Hey bear. Nothing to see here. A couple of wolves out there are gonna hopefully not chase any deer our direction and follow them.
They say I hate being cold. 'Cause I really do.
Which way is this wind coming from? Are we going to be protected anywhere that we can still do this? No. Tea and coffee. That is exactly what I wanted. I'm not sure if it's a constant spawn that's what you get there, but every time I've done the summit run it has been, and it's fairly invaluable. Alright, just going to sprint a little bit just to get to where we're going a little bit quicker. Sometimes I'll do things like stop and warm up and eat the deer. There's maybe another one up here, but I really want to get to a couple of places sooner rather than later. So get up to a little cave up here and hopefully just warm up without a fire in the back, and then just get enough rest to just make the next climb. Don't want to sprint too much though because I don't want to get too exhausted, but we're fairly low condition. It's definitely what I would consider a bit of a risk to be doing this. Come back and get that maple another day.
Dying from starvation.
Alright, so it's fairly warm back here. We're going to eat. We'll eat 2 of them because we need to be well fed anyway. And we'll sleep for 2 hours. again.
Can you eat trees?
Alright. Check my weight situation. So far so good. Now I've seen Turkey do this whole summit climb in a dead man run, and he's basically doing the whole thing on fumes as far as health is concerned. It was a very exciting episode. Okay. Now, got a cave we can go have a little bit of sleep in. Some weather is rolling in. We should have enough fuel, I believe, to survive a cold night in the cave if we sleep during the warmest parts without a fire, and then come back and light the fire when it gets cold. We might do that. I think we could risk going up to the next climb at least, and then we would be in a warmer cave. But I think we can make this work. But I will just grab all these other sticks over here that I can see. Just in case we need them. And we might actually make a little fire here, at least at some point during the evening, and brew up a couple more coffees. We've got 2 on us, I think, but a couple more might be very useful. Excellent, we have some more fuel in here, and I see a piece of coal back here. Just the one. Awesome. Well, eat again. Come on, where's the magic spot? And we're going to sleep for 3 hours. Or 4 hours. I will sleep for 4. Right, so the game heard us. Knows that we need to stay warm in the back of the cave. It's bringing in some wind. It's going to bring in some cold.
Ah, starving.
Still currently warm and it's not cold yet. So... can we do anything? We'll pick that up. Well, we're pretty much coming back in here. We're just going to poke our head outside. See if there's any other things we can grab while we're slightly warm, even if it's freezing cold out there. It's not an aurora night, as far as I can tell. There's some more around here. Where were they? Is that it? Oh, that wind is horrible. We probably could have gone further, but it's just a struggle into the wind. Again, wanting to conserve our fuel. Don't light a fire unless we really, really need to. Now, oh, these guys came out of the canister, and they are not something we would ever eat, really, but we might cook them on the fire just for the skill, which means that we're still just down to these two things. Okay. I'm actually just gonna pass time for an hour. I'll pass time for 2 hours. It's getting colder again,
anything
but
right now.
2 more. We'll probably just sleep for 2 more hours. I just sort of trust that the temperature won't drop that much over 2 hours where we're negative in the bedroll and losing all of our health, so... I do want to start to save the food a little bit more for condition recovery, so I might end up just passing time. We'll end up burning through all of that. It's okay. Okay.
I will die if I don't get food soon.
What is our bedroll doing? 71%, that's going to need a bit of a repair shortly. So -2 now. Sleep for 2 more hours. I think all this like micro sleeping in there kind of really starts to take its toll on the bedroll. Now we're only going to be potentially half a degree warm while we're doing this sleep. We started to lose some warmth now. It's now colder out than in. a little fire, do some cooking. We're rested, but if at the end we got enough time to get one more hour of sleep, we'll probably try that. And we'll make up a bunch of coffee. Just place them. Does use our knife and use our conditioner knife because we left our opener at home, but you got to remember we're not eating these, we're just letting them cook to add to the cooking skill, because they are super sketchy. That's definitely food poisoning. But we might drop. We don't have a full one, we'll drop one of these. Just to heat up as well. We might drink it, we might not. Should make up one tea to at least have for condition recovery, maximum condition recovery. There's some nasty wind coming in. Cook another one of those. We've definitely gone through a whole bunch of those cattails.
Oh, I could eat anything right now.
Do another tea to hold on us. Take it. Might as well just cook that last coffee. Need water. That's probably a good thing. I'll cook a litre of water. So we've probably still got another couple of hours before it's travelling weather in our condition to be able to get up to the next point. So we just need to make sure we can limp through on the heat. There's about a 5 degrees difference between the fire and our feels like, so it's definitely the coldest part of the morning. And get some more water going in there as well. So we have... there's a couple of hot ones. We've got 5 coffees, 2 teas. And yeah, a few of these. And now we just have to hang out here and bide our time. Could probably rest for an hour, but Still about a 4 or 5 degree differential. Our weight is still fairly low. I don't think we... a 45-minute repair. I'll take that. Another leader. I'm sure that's got at least an hour. I think this will be okay. And we will actually try 45-minute repair on that, because that'll add... how much time did that take up? Add one more stick. That won't die out in 45 minutes. We'll try again.
Where can I find something to eat?
In theory, that should make it a warmer bedroll. 19, 17. So we're going to be warm enough in the... where's she just going to drink that? Just some calories, a little bit of warmth benefit. Take that. Don't think I'll take one of the teas now, but we will just now try and sleep for 1 hour. And we'll see what it's like outside in terms of temperature. It's cold, but we in theory only have a bit of a short journey to make. And we'll get that out. Definitely picked up our bedroll. Not going to go for those containers right now. They occasionally have some stuff in it, but nothing particularly top tier. I think last time I just had a piece of cloth. So this is a little bit of a shortcut that I learnt somewhere along the line. I can't remember off who. I think it was from somebody on the forums drawing a little sketch. Hopefully that hasn't mucked it up and I can make it around this bit.
I need to find someplace to escape this cold. God, my stomach feels like an empty pocket.
So we're about to just start losing condition again because of the weather. But we just need to make it up this rope climb. And then we can get ourselves into a warm cave. So we could warm up here and avoid the condition loss, but I think we should be okay. I am just going to drink one of the coffees. Not that we need it, but we might decide we need to push on a little bit faster at the other side. So here we are at our first warm cave, like fully warm cave. I'm just going to eat something. Pretty sure we're going to need our lantern. Some coal. There was another piece back there. I don't think I need too many pieces, and I don't want to get super heavy. Just enough pieces to ride it through a night would be good. Now, I don't 100% know my way through this. I think this is the dead end. Let me just check it. No. I haven't got this memorized exactly, but I seem to usually be able to find my way through. That's the dead end. Yeah, so that just comes back that way. I will check this way, but that's where we need to go. But I think there's potentially some loot.
This will come in handy.
I guess so. We'll grab it. I don't know if we really want to be too heavy with it. We'll bring the fuel, and we'll at least take it to the other end of the cave. Oh, don't put the light out. So I think this is the way we just came down. Okay. Just bring, again, just leave it at the entrance if we need to.
Damn. So hungry.
Let's eat one of our very last cat stalks then. Check out, poke our head out and see what the weather's doing. It's foggy, but warmish. We're going to get a 1 hour sleep and see if we can summit. Maybe 2 hours. 2 hours sleep. Okay, we will very quickly just do it back here in case we can never pick them up again. We will drop...
God, I have never been so hungry in my life.
4 of those, that cedar. Drop that book because we'll come back for it. Just going to drop that one. We can pick up another one at the top. We won't need the weight. Doubt we're going to need the knife. We won't need the lantern. I just want to be as light as possible. But still have enough things like fuel on me. Definitely need that. Might need that for wood. I'm even going to drop that. We need to remember to come back and grab it though. We'll drink. And we'll drop 1.5 litres. And now, if that weather's still good, we're going to go for the summit. So, yeah, the weather's actually still pretty good. We won't check the cave just to our left there. We won't grab that here, we'll grab it on the way down. You can go down the front of the mountain, but I like to come back this way because there's some other things I like to do as I make my way down. We don't exactly need to do it, but I'm going to drink one of my coffees. Just to help a little bit with the climb. And also just so we're not so fatigued at the top, if we want to come down today, we have a chance without having to sleep a huge amount. Get off on this ledge. Hide behind here. Just out of the wind. And just wait till our sprint comes back. We pretty could have made it to the next one or even maybe to the top, but it's sort of good to have a bit of a rest and not take any chances at this close to the top. Alright. Alright, and so now we have made it to the summit. Yeah, we will just go check the cave first. Come on, grabbing sticks on the way. There was a stick over here. So if we need to stay the night up here, we'll probably come and stay in this cave rather than stay in the plain, unless we already have a big enough fire going at the plain that we're fine with it.
My stomach is feeding itself.
Antibiotics is great. We'll have that. And we might just drop. We'll keep our coal on us and our sticks on us, but we'll come back here and stay here if we need to. It'll quite literally be our refuge in a storm if we need to.
Oh, sure, I'm getting cold.
And a full day and a bit later, or an episode later than we had originally wanted, we are finally at the summit on Timberwolf Mountain. We'll get in the plane and we'll check what day the scenario is. Got any more feathers for me? I'm needing some feathers for all my arrows I want to make. Where are they? Okay, well, first things first, we shall open this. And we already have one, but now we have a whole bunch more shells at least. And if you can get up here early on, that's actually a really good thing to get very early on. We have another heavy hammer, which means there definitely would not have been a hacksaw up here, I believe, unless it's just magically hiding in one of these. Emergency stem. We're cold, so we'll light a fire in a second. We'll chuck a few of these on it. We'll chuck it back here. We'll just do this so we got some warmth while we raid stuff. So we'll do this, and then we'll probably go back to the cave and sleep, and that will be the end of the episode. Well, let's just see what the loot is first. I can't leave you hanging like that. It'll just be a slightly overlong episode.
Oh, fire.
Without falling in the fire.
Yep. Oh, perfect. Oh,
And that's a whole bunch of them. So we'll celebrate by eating our last cat stock. More coffee, more tea, more tea. That's great. We'll just put a leader on. Just cause. And I might just drop one of these. Just so we got something to warm us up a bit, maybe. Put another half litre of water on there. Got an hour and 51. We're a tiny bit warm, so I'll just duck over here.
this stuff will come in handy.
I left most of them in there. I accidentally picked up these. I can wear that. Just let me just double check. None of those are better than what we have got. We'll probably leave them here. We'll think about it before we leave and see what our weight's like, but...
I'll take it.
I'm not sure that much of that is better than what we've got. We will definitely wear the ear wrap. That's the same, but a bit frozen. We'll wear it for the moment. That's not better. That's not better. We've got something cooking over here. We will drink you now. Leave a little bit as medicine, just so we can be a bit warm as we do this.
Wonder if the owner's around.
Dusty. Rusty. Oof. Rusty. Again. And this is why you kind of want to get to these guys before the time gets on, because if they're this bad condition on day, whatever it is, 17 or something, I think it's my first soda.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
If we're thirsty, I would have drank one. So we did those two, we've done those two, done these two.
I think I can use this.
I'll leave that, take that, take that. And we'll take the hides. And I wonder how heavy we are. Let's go back by the fire and check that out. 24 kilos, and we pretty much got on us all the things we want. And let's actually put a flare in that, seeing as that's a different gun. Come on, just pick you up. I'll see another half litre going. So that's all the things. We can tear down some stuff and find some accelerant and stuff, I think, but I'm not really sure I want to take the time to do that. Let's have a look. So what do we got? 16 minutes. 30 minutes. That gave us some more. Pick that up. That up. We're still underweight, and I think I don't really want an extra heavy hammer.
Oh, thank you.
We could leave it in the fishing hut, but it is extra weight to try and carry down. We left some more stuff back there, so I think we're going to leave that be. I'm just going to check this guy. Nothing. Get way out of here. I mean, it's nice to come up to the summit and spend a day or spend a night up here, and if you're going to roar up here, it's actually quite spectacular, but time is of the essence, and we still have a bunch of condition recovery to do, so we're going to drink a soda just to help you feel better. Now, I always forget, is the dead body up here or on the next hill? Yeah, it's on this one. So I think we're just going to go climb the rope down and go sleep in the very, very warm cave and eat a whole bunch of our food and drink a cup of our tea and then sleep for a solid 10 hours and recover a heap of condition, and then we would have done our summit and got all the goodies that were up here that were worth getting, and we'll be back to a pretty good position of health. I mean, I keep saying it, but I'm quite astounded how kind the weather has been to us. I don't think I've, apart from summiting at the start of an Interloper run, I don't think I've come up here so soon on an Interloper run, and usually it's brutal up here. I'm gonna drink a coffee just because I just don't want to get too fatigued on the way down. But we really should be able to get all the way down without causing us grief. Just because I like sticks so much, I'm going to grab these guys. You're great. There's an extra rope up there we could have tried to bring down and deployed over there, but I've never really seen the value in it. It becomes a sort of a shortcut to get up here, but it's a very long rope climb, I think. And you have to get past the bear, so I don't think it's a particularly good rope to put out.
God, I've never been so hungry in my
We could use this one anyway if we wanted to do that trick. But for now, it can just continue to live there. In memory of the mountain climber who obviously didn't make it. He was probably one of the frozen guys inside this cave. Oh, come on. Get up here, there we go. Alright, so we'll step into this cave and we will call that an episode. So yeah, 18 days for day 17. We're between 28 and 45% condition today, but you know, in our 17 days we've made our tools, our arrowheads. I mean, we've left them down on the ground so they're not in here. We've summited, we've got some maple curing, we have a whole bunch of skins curing. We can go back and start some of our clothes. We can probably build our rabbit gloves now, and we can probably build our deer pants, which will get us a little bit further along in our condition. And yeah, I think from there we're starting to look fairly rosy, and once we got the bow we can start to hunt. So it's starting to look like a pretty good run. Alright, well, we'll see you next time.